Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. The Honorable my lecturer Ms. Ria Yunita MPD. Today we are from Group 4 which talks about instructional analysis the learner. Before that, I want to introduce our member. My name is Melda Srijana Ruwatmia and my partner Miftahul Jana. Well, the first material will be explained by me. Instructional designs commonly addresses five iterative phases: analysis, designs, development, implementations, and evaluations. Analysis is the first and most important phase of the ADDIE process. Learner analysis is the process of identifying the audience, their demographic, peer knowledge, psychological, affective, and social need. Each of these areas will shape the design's decisions and influence the need. There are two reasons relate the knowledge and perceptions of learner that instructional designs had not anticipated. The first, many students unable to use the software because the developer had assumed that they were skilled in determining least common denominator, and many students were not competent in this skill. And the last, some students reported that games were too cute and the characters used in the games were insulting. According Barner 1985 spoke eloquently of the various models of learner that may be held by educators. They are: first, the learner as a blank state upon which to write. The second, the learner as a more active hypothesis generator. The third, nativist views of the learner, the emphasized presence of inherent categories or no representations that organize experience. Number 4 is constructivist view, in which the work is not learned or discovered but it created by the learner. And the last, the highly analytic notice to expert model. Okay, what is learner? Learner is a unique individual possessing in complexity that defies complete descriptions. There is a finite and manageable array of human characteristics that are useful to instructional designer. The importance of understanding their characteristics is demonstrated by the requirements for courses such as human learning and human development in training programs of instructional design. There are two broad types of human characteristics, namely individual difference among people and similarities among people. 4 categories of human characteristics. The first, stable similarities, is similarities among people that are relatively unchanged over time. The second, stable differences, is differences among people that are relatively unchanging over time. The third, changing similarities, is similarities among people that are changed over time. And the last, changing differences, is differences among people that are changed over time. Next, 4 categories of learner characteristics. Instable similarities are sensory capacities, information processing, and types and conditions of learning. But instable differences are intelligence, cognitive style, psychosocial traits, and gender ethnicity, and racial group. Changing similarities is development process that include intellectual, language, psychosocial, moral, and other. In changing difference or development state that consists intellectual and other. And the last, pre-learning, that consists general and specific. Knowledge of information processing characteristic can not only help the designer avoid problem caused by the limit in processing capability, but can also help the designer find solutions to process based on problem. Next, table differences. Designer of instructional can accommodate this factor by either the first making sure that single instructional treatment, the second creating several instructional treatment. Intelligence which is a stable difference between people with which most people are familiar. Intelligence questions is a best defined as an aptitude for school learning, although there is some disagreements among the experts in this area. All would agree that IQ is not measured of some global quality factor and such good brain. Other types of stable individual difference can be seen in the way that people receive and process information. These differences are variously called cognitive style, cognitive control, cognitive tempo, and perceptual style. Next, gender, ethnicity, and racial group. Their additional stable difference may be considered who designing instructional, such as gender, ethnicity, and racial group identifications. Regardless of particular ethnic considerations, all learner will come from a culture. Cultural factors are important, whether it is a multicultural situation or not. Now, changing similarities. Process in adaptive process. There are assimilations and accommodations. Next, changing the differences. Change over time. The difference of people that change over time. The first is weight, the second strength, the third is stamina, and four is details of appearance. There are four target audience should be analyzed. The first is levels of real knowledge, the second development stage, the third is personality stage, and the last value and belief. Okay, the next material will be explained by Miftah. Miftah, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Miftah Uljana and I will continue the explanation from Melda. So look on this slide. Erikson in 1968 described an 8 stages model of psychosocial development. The first one is trust versus mistrust. The second, autonomy versus shame. The third, initiative versus guilt. The fourth, competence versus inferiority. The fifth, identity versus identity confusions. The sixth, intimacy versus isolations. The seventh, generatively versus stagnations. And the last one, integrity versus dispute. So, number of characteristics of interest to the designer are associated with learners' level of psychosocial growth. In general, individuals in the same cohort tend to have similar interests, motivations, relationships to peers, feeling toward authority, and role models. Significance of types of learner characteristics. As noted earlier, the four categories of learner characteristics are not equal significance to designers. Changing difference, particularly freer learning, provides the most specific guidance to the designer on organizational strategy decisions. Specific freer learning. The most important factor for a designer to consider about the audience is specific freer learning. You can look here. There are several questions about the target audience member. The first one is, Do they have some background knowledge or skill that will help them learn the current task? The second one is, will the instructor have to fill in this background knowledge for some of the students? The third, is there a wide variations in background knowledge among prospective learners? And the last question is, do some of the prospective learners already have some of the skills and knowledge that the instructor plans to teach? Next, an outline of learner characteristics. The following list contains the major characteristics that should be used in a target audience descriptions. The first one is cognitive characteristic. Include the general characteristics such as general aptitudes, specific aptitudes, developmental level, language development level, reading level, level of visual literacy, cognitive processing style preferred and most effective, cognitive and learning strategies, and the last, general word knowledge. And the second one is a specific prior knowledge. Second is psychological characteristic, such as sensory perceptions, general health, age. The third, affective characteristic, such as interest, motivation to learners, attitude toward subject matter, attitude toward learning, perceptions of the experience with specific form of mediations, academic self-concept, anxiety level, beliefs, and the last, attributions of success. The fourth is social characteristic, such as relationships to peers, feeling toward authority, tendencies toward cooperation or competitions, moral development, socioeconomic background, racial or ethnic background, and role models. Next, assessing learners' characteristics. If the designer are developing for their own classroom, they can observe, talk to, and assess their learners to determine their characteristics. Even then, they may wish to conduct some additional investigation to find out more about the learners. Next, implications of learners' characteristics for design. These factors are considered when the designer determines what information and instructional techniques, which we call strategies, to use in the instructions. So here is a beginning list of instructional strategy factors that are directly related to learner characteristics. These informations and instructional techniques, which are illustrative but by no means exhaustive, may be varied according to learners' characteristics, such as speed of presentations, number of successful experience learners should have in practice, types of statement to convince students of the relevancy of the instructor, techniques for gaining and focusing attention and frequency of use of these techniques, context for example and practice item, amount of instructor and organizations, medium of instructions, level of concreteness or abstractions, grouping of students, size of instructional chunks, response modes, number and difficulty of example and practice, type of feedback given after practice item, level of learner control, reading level, vocabulary and terminology used, amount and types of reinforcement, amount of type allowed for instructions, and the last, amount and type of learner guidance, cues and prompts provided. Next, an example of learner analysis. In this example, the target audience is computer hardware service professionals who are to be trained to repair the SX7, a new mainframe computer from Meta Corporation's fictions, and to train customers to operate the computer. So the target audience is when tests the reading level of these SPS or service professionals range from 10th grade to higher than a 12th grade level. The SPS scored exceptionally well on exam questions requiring them to interpret complex diagrams and charts. This skill is perhaps a result of their on-the-job requirement to use schematic. And then the implication for design. The designers may want to provide for some small group instructions so that SPS can practice perhaps through role-playing, the human instructions required in training a customer to use the new system. The designer could use experience and credible lectures for some of the content. They may wish to reserve this costly medium for skills that are particularly difficult to learn, such as the interpersonal skill. Okay, I think that's all for our explanations. We apologize if there is mistake in our presentations. You can ask the questions on our WhatsApp group. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.